In the small town of Hagerstown, Maryland, the autumn leaves painted the streets with shades of gold and orange. But beneath the beauty of the season lay a chilling story that gripped the community. It all began when kids started to go missing near the old Bellbrook estate. The Bellbrook witch sign, a creepy, worn-out board with eerie drawings, had long been a legend among the townsfolk. Some believed the witch would take children who strayed too far from home after dark. The small group of friends Mia, Jake, and Tom had grown up listening to the tales. They often shared their own adventures, but nothing could prepare them for what lay ahead. Mia was the curious one, always wanting to explore new places. Jake was brave, while Tom was more cautious. The three readily planned to visit the Bellbrook estate after hearing rumors about the missing kids. One crisp evening, with the sun setting and a chill in the air, they set out on their bikes. "We'll be fine," Jake reassured them as he led the way. "It's just a house." As they approached the estate, the shadowy outline loomed over them. The windows were mostly shattered, and vines wrapped around the dilapidated walls. The Bellbrook witch sign creaked in the wind, an unsettling sound that made them pause. "Should we really do this?" Tom whispered, glancing back at the road they came from. Mia, always the daring one, grinned. "Come on, don't tell me you're scared." They ventured inside, the old wooden door creaking loudly. The air was thick with dust and silence. As they explored the empty rooms, candles flickered in the walls, providing an odd but cozy light. Ghost stories danced in their minds. Each creak of the floorboards made them jump. Hours passed with only the sounds of their exploration. Suddenly, Jake stumbled upon a hidden door beneath a collapsing staircase. "Guys, check this out," he called excitedly. The others rushed over, their eyes wide with curiosity. They pushed the door open to reveal a dark staircase leading down into the depths of the house. Against his better judgment, Tom stepped back. "Maybe we should leave now. This doesn't feel right." "Don't be a coward," Mia said, but she understood Tom's fear. They hesitated as Jake climbed down a few steps, peering into the darkness. "I'll just see what's down there." "Stay here." His flashlight illuminated the tight space below. "It looks like a cellar." "There's something shiny," he said, suddenly captivated. Without waiting for his friends, Jake climbed the rest of the way down, excitement bubbling in his core. Tom and Mia shared worried glances but followed him. In the cellar, they found a collection of old toys, dusty and forgotten. Discarded dolls, broken cars, and rusted bicycles. But what drew their eyes was a pile of newspapers stacked in a dark corner. The headline read, "Two teens found dead near Bellbrook. Mystery remains." Their hearts pounded. "This is creepy," Tom said, grabbing Mia's arm. But Jake continued to rummage through the papers. He gasped when he found a small, tattered photograph of two teenagers who had vanished years ago. He recognized one the kid was from school, and the other had been a friend. "What is this doing here?" Mia asked, her voice barely above a whisper. They felt the weight of history pressing down on them. The belongings of those who had been lost echoed through the cellar. Suddenly, a noise echoed from the top of the stairs. They froze, the hair on the back of their necks standing on end. A shadow moved outside the cellar door. Fear gripped them tightly, and they all glanced at one another. "We should go," Tom said urgently. But before they could move, the shadow turned into a figure of a woman draped in ragged clothes, her eyes wild and filled with sadness. "You shouldn't be here," she rasped. "The witch does not allow visitors." Panic surged as they scrambled back towards the stairs. "Run!" Jake yelled as they bolted up the stairs and pushed past the woman, who simply stood watching them with a haunting look on her face. Bursting into the night air, they rushed to their bikes and pedaled furiously away from the old estate. The wind whipped through their hair and the cool air made them shiver, but they didn't stop until they reached the safety of the street lights. What was that? Mia panted, her heart racing. That was the Bellbrook witch, I'm sure of it, Jake exclaimed. As they caught their breath, they looked back towards the looming estate. The Bellbrook witch sign swayed in the wind, but the mystery of the missing kids and the teenagers' deaths hung heavily in the air. Days turned to weeks, and life in Hagerstown went on. The trio never spoke of that night again. The Bellbrook witch sign continued to be a topic of conversation in town, but Mia, Jake, and Tom held their secrets close. They wondered if the witch was real and if she had really taken the children. Perhaps, just maybe, they had encountered something truly supernatural that night. And as autumn faded to winter, they knew the mystery of the Bellbrook estate was far from over. The lives lost and the stories untold lingered in the dark corners of their memories, like whispers in the wind.